Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again, and today we have in front of us from Star Wars The Black Series, from Star Wars The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano. And I'm very happy to finally have this figure here and to open it with all of you guys, because I really like the vintage collection one, and I've just heard wonders about this one. Well, wonders, like it's a great figure. And there's your bio if you want to read it, or I'll read it for you. A Clone Wars veteran and now a wandering Jedi, Ahsoka Tano forges her own path in the galaxy, righting injustices that she discovers. Yeah, that. Great artwork. You see the Rosario Dawson likeness there. You see the entrance of this kind of gate from episode 6, I think, season 2 of The Mandalorian, whatever. That's how the figure looks in the packaging, and now we'll take her out of there. And there you have Ahsoka Tano from the Black Series next to the Vintage Collection Ahsoka Tano, both out of their packaging. I reviewed this figure already. A link will be at the end of the video, and I have to say this figure is as great as they say. I love this little figure, but the size here adds a lot of possibility, for the butterfly joints, the way they hit these like thigh cuts on the larger figure. Otherwise they're not the same. The faces are different, and I appreciate both. I don't know. I don't want to say which one is better, but both have their thing, The thing I really like more in the Vintage Collection one is the skin tone, because here is just the plastic, and it's a bit feels a bit light to me. I don't know. Like the plastic feels a bit like milky, if you get what I mean. And this one is really like, I don't know, it's painted, and this is just the plastic. The color is the plastic they use to cast the pieces, But both figures are great, but of course the larger size allows for more detail. The Vintage Collection one is full of detail. It's just, I don't know, you get to appreciate more stuff in this larger one. And yeah, I don't want to say which one I prefer, because I really like both lines. But the Vintage Collection has the advantage that let's say, it takes less space, and it's the original format and all of that. But we're talking about this figure today, and it's a great one. And as you can see, I already gave her the sabers, posed her a little bit. I had to heat up the butterfly joints because one of them was a bit frozen. I think this one, I don't know, one of them was a bit like, but just look at that. She can pose, she can look cool. Let's take the lightsabers off, and yeah, let's go to a little detail first. You see that, well, I don't know if you see it, she has a couple of pegs here on the kind of skirt pieces, or whatever they're called, like her kind of, it's not armor but something like that, so you can put the sabers there. I won't pop the blades out, but you can pop them out. Let's see, I'll pop one for you. But oh, actually they pop. They're really cooperative. They're not like, yeah, you don't need to force anything. You pull a bit, and it has enough friction that they stay there, but also they come out easily. And as you can see, they well, hard to see with that background, they're like in this, again, kind of milky, kind of translucent plastic, different to the Vintage Collection one, which is just like clear plastic. I don't know if maybe it's a 10% saturation. I don't know, a very light saturation, if at all. But here is really like you have the white blades, which is, I like having this difference between the both formats, scales. You can see the detail on the hilt. Well, I hope you can see it. Some, silver paint, black paint, and some kind of champagne, or a bit darker than champagne for the details here in that part, and you see it has a couple of diamond shapes. Yeah, anyway, that's lightsabers. That's all she comes with. She doesn't come with the poncho or robe or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a poncho. Everybody's saying like you can give her the Rey Island Journey poncho, and I'm thinking about getting another Rey for just for that poncho. I don't know. Maybe we'll get her with the poncho at some point in a kind of deluxe release or something. But I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of having the same figure released 1,000 times, just adding one little accessory or something. I would prefer like if they would nail it the first time. I mean, the figure is great, but where's the poncho? I mean, was it so expensive to add one? I don't know. Maybe they have plans for the future. I don't know. But yeah, you can see the detail there. Let me lift the camera a little bit. The face. She has a lot of dark, like a shadow on the eyes. The print is crisp. You have the diamond shapes or these triangles on the kind of tiara. The leku, or the whole headpiece. I always forget the name of the thing. So please comment in the section below. I mean, in the comment section, just write down how these ones are called and how the tips here are called and how this part on the back, or is the whole thing has a name. Was Shakti the first character we saw from this species? I don't know. It's the first one I remember. And yeah, you can see like the head. Let's go to articulation. She has a little bit of wiggle to the sides. I don't know if something's a bit frozen on mine. I think not, because the neck and the head seem to have like no clearance for movement. So you have a bit of movement from the neck piece going into the upper torso, and some movement from the, just a little bit wiggle waggly from the neck going to the head. It's two dumbbell joints, she can turn all the way around because the stuff is flexible, but who would do that, oh, now I got everything out of sync. Well, there you have the neck. I think that's the front. If you can see this kind of brown paint there, that's what I want to keep as the front part of her. Well, the collar, whatever it's called. You can look backwards, or I mean not that far, I mean just almost nothing, because of the of her tail here. Looking down is a bit more, but again because of the leku or whatever these ones are called again. But you can help that with the diaphragm, so you can look down a bit, you can look up a little bit. Diaphragm has a decent amount of movement. She can tilt to the side as well. Yeah, I like that. As you can see, they integrated like her skin and the kind of blouse she has. The division there, that's your butterfly joint. So the all in this like orange skin tone, that's a separate piece. Of course, the shoulders and the arms are another pieces. So she has some butterfly joint to the back, a little bit to the front as well. I mean, just a little bit. It's of course because of the sculpt here of her garb, or whatever it's called. Oh god, my words today. You don't have much range of that butterfly joint going to the front, almost nothing. But I think it's like no, I think she can just move the arm straight, but she has movement to the back. Anyway, the arms she can make a T-pose, not anymore, nothing more. Nothing at the bicep. She has a single jointed elbow, can go slightly over 90 degrees. Could be better, I think, yes, but it's at least is good enough, let's say. And she has, good thing is, I mean, you have of course your swivel there, and she has in both hands, she has vertical swivel, so you know, weapon wielding swivel. And of course the fists or the hands can go all the way around. Well, we talked about the diaphragm already. The legs can kick forward mm, almost 90, but of course the whole chunk of her trousers or whatever these things are called, yeah, because of the shape, of course, it gets in the way, and you have this floating piece here for the skirt and all of that, but that's very flexible, so you don't have to worry about that. Of course, you just have to worry of not stressing here the plastic too much, you know. You can see, I hope you can see that this piece, the upper leg, has this cover here for the thigh cut, which they didn't do for the vintage collection one. I don't know, they could have perfectly done it, I think, because the figures are almost the same. I mean, it's the same character, of course, but they're just almost like scaled down or scaled up versions of the same figure. They use the same idea for the knee, you know, the way they did the cut and all of that. The knee, of course, can go backward that far, a bit over 90 degrees to the back. You have your side tilt there, well, swivel, I mean. And the feet can go backwards that far, which is a good amount, I think. They have a good ankle rocker. And yeah, and just look at the detail of that, like her ninja kind of footwear. Yeah, really like this figure. And for size comparisons, there you have Ahsoka Tano from The Mandalorian next to Ahsoka Tano from Season 7 of the Clone Wars and Ahsoka Tano from Rebels. And yeah, I like all of them, but yeah, the new one might be my favorite. And I didn't see that coming, but I mean, I prefer if these things would be a bit spikier, a bit not like this, but somewhere in between, you know. But anyway, I think it's the best achieved figure of all three. I mean, this one is an older one, and it was great all the time. As she came out and all of that. This one was great as well, but yeah, they didn't sculpt everything, and this is 100%. Well, it's this one, a new sculpt, and it's a really, you can really see the progress of the techniques and technologies they use to sculpt figures. Here you have Din Djarin and Bo-Katan Kryze, or Kryze, whatever, just to compare her. Yeah, and I like the look of that. And we can also bring someone like, why not, Asajj Ventress, because yeah, will we see Asajj Ventress again in some series? Maybe. Would be cool. Let's see. Anyway, that's it for this review. I try to keep it short, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. More content is on its way, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.